name's Karen Brooks. I'm an independent journalist, and I found out about this trip, We Bike to DC, through Liz Jose. She works with We Bike NYC, and the purpose of the trip is to raise the visibility of women and other groups that don't ride, don't get as much of a voice in choosing bicycle policy, transportation policy really. Also who aren't represented as much in people who aren't as visible riding bikes. And we wanted to show that there are plenty of women riding bikes by riding our bikes from New York City down to Washington, D.C. for the National Bike Summit. And it's a tough time of year to do it, but we were determined and we've been doing great. It's been really a lot of fun. I started to do this partly to document the trip, but also to help support it because I thought it was a really great idea. And in the course of the trip, I've become really bonded with everybody, and I'm really proud to be a part of it. And it's really wonderful. And if you wanted to see more about it, you can do search on social media the hashtag WeBike2DC, but also the WeBike NYC webpage has some information about it. There are several other advocacy groups from the East Coast that are represented amongst the other riders, and they're doing some really great and important work, so check it out and support them if you can.
This is Joes, and I'm the founder of We Bike NYC and also one of the coordinators of this ride, We Bike to DC. So we started in New York 3 days ago, and we're heading down to DC for the National Bike Summit. We're from 4 different organizations that all have similar overlapping missions, and our goal is to bring attention to bringing a voice to more underrepresented cyclists like women and people of color, and doing that through raising awareness on this ride. It runs the gamut from distributors and industry people to small shops and anarchist collectives, and then groups like ours, which are like social clubs that are aiming to get more people on bikes. And so it's really important. We felt it was important for us to be there to talk a little more about the movement towards cycling as transportation, and talk about how women use bikes and how there are a lot of women out there right now who are biking a lot with their families and with to their jobs and commuting, but who don't consider themselves cyclists. And so it's important for us to bring their voices with us and help move that movement forward.
What's the website again?
So the hashtag for this ride is WeBike2DC, and WeBikeNYC.org is the website for my organization.
Thank you.
We're excited to be here in Baltimore, connecting with the Baltimore bike community. We represent Philly, New York, DC bike communities, and we're really excited to connect with the Baltimore bike community, which I think is really vibrant and growing. So we're excited to talk to you guys.
Are you a committee member or?
I work for 2 different organizations in Philadelphia. I work for the Bicycle Coalition of Greater Philadelphia, which is our bike advocacy group, and I also work for Gearing Up, which is a nonprofit that works with women in transition from addiction and incarceration and gives them the chance to ride a bike as part of their recovery process. And so I am here to represent those organizations and really get to spend time with some ladies who work at similar types of organizations in these other cities, because we all have sort of the same goal to get more women riding bikes, and we're all going at it from different angles and in different cities.
Your hopes and anticipation after this conference?
I really think that this movement is growing a lot. It's pretty amazing. Just from the Women's Bike Forum at the National Bike Summit only started a couple years ago. When it first started, it was only like an afternoon, and now it's like a full day event that hundreds of people come to, and I'm actually presenting. So one of the things I'm really excited about is to get to share my story of how our women's bicycling community in Philadelphia has been growing, and hopefully give people some models and some ideas of what that they can do in their community. That's what I really want to get out of it, is to share the work that we're doing and inspire people to do it themselves in their communities.
I'm Laura Solis from the Bronx, New York.
Oh,
And
New
yeah, New York, and heading down to the National Bike Summit with We Bike to DC. And I'm hoping that, I mean, in part with your help, because you know you're actually recording what's going on, or a snippet of our journey, our adventure there, that more people will see me and identify with me and say, hey, this woman just rode her bike hundreds of miles to DC. I think that's crazy, but what I don't think is crazy is possibly riding my bike to work every day, or riding recreationally, doing some laps in Central Park. So I'm hoping to just inspire more people who are like me. So whether that's a woman, a person of color, a person who comes from a low-income background, or even a person who never thought that a bicycle was the most sensible way to get around, that I can change someone's mind or inspire someone else to do the same. Because in the less than 2 years that I've been actively commuting, my life has gone through just such a whirlwind. I actually just mentioned to some of the ladies, I bought my first bike March 30th of 2012. And less than 2 years later, I'm already riding down the East Coast to DC in 8-degree weather, and I'm not batting an eyelash about it. It seems totally normal to me. It's been an amazing experience thus far, and I'm just loving every moment of it. Even when I can't feel my toes or I can't feel my fingers, I know that I'm doing it not just for myself, but also because I'm doing it for the folks at home, and the encouragement and the support has been amazing. When I get to DC, National Bike Summit, it'll be my first time going for the full 3 days. It can be a bit pricey, but thankfully through the support we've gotten from our sponsors and from the folks that have thrown money at us, we're going to be able to attend for the whole 3 days. And I hope to learn a lot from the workshops, from the lobbying, from engaging with politicians and the local electeds, and learning more about the electeds in my town, because I want to see change and I want to be a part of that change. And I'm not one to sit back and just complain about something. I like to be actively a part of the solution, and this is the best way to do that. And, you know, through this We Bike to DC, it's been afforded to me. It's not easy for folks to, like, you know, pay $500 to attend a conference for something that they're so passionate about. But this will do it, and hopefully the more voices that are heard, the more change will happen more rapidly, particularly for women, since we're so underrepresented. I know I live in the Bronx. Every single time I see a person riding in the Bronx, I acknowledge them. It's like a small town feel in a huge city, because so few people ride a bike. And every time someone rides, it's either I post it on Twitter, I post it on Facebook, because it's not normal yet, and I'm hoping to make it the norm. So as I ride every day, even in, you know, the polar vortex, it's because I'm hoping to inspire someone else to do the same.
That's what you're hoping to bring back.
Yes, I'm hoping to bring back that inspiration and the energy that I have, even when I'm, you know, shivering at the red light waiting for it to change. I'm hoping to bring that back.
Best of everything.
All right, thank you so much. I'm sorry, what's your name?
Gene.
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 Thank you, Gene.
Yeah, recording Gene's Scenes.
Gene.
In Baltimore.
Oh,
Gene
right.
Scenes.
It's my first time in Baltimore. It's
Okay.
It's been
Nice
great
trip.
so far. There's an amazing protected bike lane that has, like,
They have bike
pillars.
lanes here, yeah.
I've never seen this before. I mean, I'm from New York, and we have protected bike lanes, but they're not quite like that. That's
There's
the
a few of
safest
them.
I've ever seen. So that's pretty incredible. I
Bring
hope
it back to
encourages-
Bronx. Yeah,
I'll bring it back to the Bronx. I hope that it encourages people here in Baltimore to ride as
Yeah.
well. We were in Delaware this morning, in Philly on Thursday, and tomorrow we'll be in DC. So yeah.
Thank you so much for letting us know
Thank
what's
you so much, Gene.
going on.
Absolutely.
My name is Kelly Attridge, and I work for the company Woman Tours. We are located in Rochester, New York. We work with a lot of baby boomers. Baby boomers are our primary demographic, and this group of ladies is the next generation of cyclists that we want to support and advocate for. So we figured, you know, if we don't do it, I don't know.
Supporting and advising the baby boomers, which I know something about, and they like to ride bikes,
Yep.
get involved, stay healthy.
Yep. We want to see everything when we go to the Bike Summit. I know we're limited. I know we can't go to every single workshop. We really are interested in the Women's Forum because our business, Woman Tours, you know, we only take on women guests. So there's no men. So we're very interested in going to that. We really are excited about meeting with our local representative, Louise Slaughter, to talk about Rochester, where we're from. And just general, you know, bike commuting advocacy. It's an opportunity to educate them and let them know what we want locally and nationally.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. And it's
Okay.
been a lot of fun.
Look
So
forward
far,
to it.
so we're so close. One day away.
Okay. Best of everything.
Thank you.
Enjoy.